A Nigerian nurse was struck off his job for using a fake document to apply and get this job. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're seeing me for the first time, hello, my name is Furo. So thank you to everyone who has been joining my farm. I really appreciate you all. So in today's video, we're just going to be talking about the Nigerian nurse who used a fake document to land himself a job. Right now the UK has opened his borders, and they are bringing carers, and they are bringing nurses, they are bringing people, giving them work visa for them to start working. You might be tempted to fall into this trap. That is why I decided to do this video, to warn you before time not to fall into this trap. As I was going through my laptop this morning, I saw this story and I decided to hop on it and come here and talk to you guys, because right now there's a lot of job everywhere. People are applying, coming here to better their life. You might decide to go and do fraudulent stuff so that you can also be a part of this national cake that is being shared now. Don't fall into this trap. I'm going to read the story to you guys now, and then I'll come back to do my reaction on this video. So let's get into it. I'm going to be reading it from my laptop. I saw the story on Yahoo Finance story. Okay, so I'm going to be reading it to you guys. So the heading says, Sweden nurse struck off for using fake passport to get hospital job. Okay, so you say a nurse breached fundamental tenets of the profession when he used a fake passport to land a job at a Sweden mental health hospital. Ibrahim Abdulkarim used the fake French passport documents to obtain employment at Sandalwood Court, making 60,000 in that time. So with his name, you just know that he's a Nigerian. Okay, that's why I said he's a Nigerian. So even the story confirms it. His true Nigerian passport was in the hands of the Home Office when he went for the job, and he did not have the right to work in the UK. Now, wow. He was previously told to do community service in a criminal court, having admitted fraud, but he had now been struck off the nursing register after a misconduct hearing was held earlier this year. The Nursing and Midwifery Council, NMC, that is like the nursing body. If you're coming here to work as a nurse, you must be among the NMC, found that his action breached fundamental tenets of trust, honesty, and integrity, and therefore brought its reputation into dispute. They added that a fully informed member of the public will consider the action that were taken by Mr. Abdulkarim to be dishonest. The hearing held that Abdulkarim, who lived in Haydonwick at the time of the conviction, used the counterfeit passport to gain employment. The hospital, who had employed him over 2 years, had referred the case to the NMC with concerns of his identity. An investigation by the Immigration Authority identified the fraud. In a reflective piece to the NMC, the nurse said that he knew what he was doing when using a counterfeit passport. However, the insight he showed was said to be extremely limited, with little demonstration into the impact his action would have on his colleagues, patients, the wider public, and the reputation of the nursing profession. Concluding, the panel found the allegation proved Abdulkarim had breached the profession code, finding his action did fall seriously short of the standard expected of a nurse and amount to misconduct. Okay. So this is what this Yahoo Finance, even when I went further to read the story in other blogs, it said that this Abdulkarim guy was a Nigerian. It stated in other blog that he was in Nigeria. So I don't want to go through a lot of information for you guys, so that this video doesn't get too long. Okay, so Sweden Advertiser, this also another blog or website that carried the story. Okay, so this one said that Abdulkarim worked in Sandalwood Court. Bosses had been content with the performance of his qualified mental health nurse, who had obtained a first-class degree in the subject from the University of West London. Character reference was provided by deputy ward manager and another nurse. His brother's friend Alfred Adekoye offered to help him out. Adekoye, a confid forger, provided a forged French passport with Abdulkarim photograph on it. Although the date of birth given was June 8, 1987, whereas the birth date on the defendant's Nigerian document was 1991. He must, however, realize that the document could not have been genuine because he was aware at the time his passport was still with the Home Office and therefore could not be produced to his prospective employer. The DBS was able to say that the French passport had been used on a previous occasion. 3 years earlier. Okay, so a lot of blogs have different versions of this story, but the end of and short of the story was this Nigerian guy actually schooled in the UK, in a university in the UK, as a mental health nurse. This Nigerian guy, for whatever reason, his passport was held at the Home Office, and instead of him to follow through with his passport, he had to meet another friend of his, or his brother's friend, who offered to help him get a French document which he used to apply for a job. Now, why he did this? Because I feel this is the most stupid scam. So his brother's friend offered to give him another passport after he had left his own passport at the Home Office for whatever reasons that I don't know why he left his passport is with the Home Office. His brother offered to give him a French passport which they put his photograph on it, but his passport with the Home Office says he was born in 1991, while the French passport says he was born in 87. And then he used this passport to apply for a job at a hospital, a mental health facility or something, and he got the job and worked there for 2 years, which he was able to amount £60,000. And then before the hospital started feeling that his identity was wrong or something was wrong, they decided to hand him over to the NMC, which NMC is a body for nurses. So if you're a nurse and you're coming to work in the UK, or you're a student nurse here in the UK, after the end of your graduation, you will be registered with the NMC. Or if you're a nurse and you get a job and you're coming to work here, you also will be registered with the NMC. So NMC is a regulatory body for nurses. So they reported him to NMC, and they took his case to DBS. DBS is like a company or a body that checks people's background before they are able to get a job and all those things. So they took it there, and they found out that the passport has been used 3 years earlier, and that this person, there's possibility that he's trying to get away with something or trying to fraud something. And so they probe further, and they realized that he was actually not the owner of that particular passport, that his actual passport is with the Home Office. For whatever reason, they did not state in the document. After they have identified that this is actually a fraud case, they gave him community service, and he did the community service, but later the NMC revoked his license to practice in the UK. And then right now he's supposed to be paying £60,000, even if his bosses, people that he has worked for, attest and give him character reference saying that he was a competent nurse and he was also qualified to do this job. But just because he used the fake document to get the job, his license has been revoked. NMC has struck him off, and he's at that point, if care is not taken, he might be deported, or he might go to prison, or whatever will happen to him. And if you remember, this story had happened sometime in 2014 with another Nigerian nurse, and I think I read about the story sometime in 2019 also with another Nigerian nurse. And these things keep happening, and people don't take lessons from things that have happened for previous people, and they keep falling into this trap. And just looking at this story is just a very pathetic story, because everything you've worked for, everything you are dodging, that poverty you were trying to dodge, that fast pace you were trying to go, you've just crashed everything in the mud. Like, this is exactly the story of the adage that say the journey of 10,000 miles start from a step. So if you jump any step, you have to come back to go through that step in life. So people just say these things, but it's actually true. Everything he has worked for, all the money he has spent to even actually acquire nursing degree in the UK, had just gone to to the drain, because right now you can't even practice in the UK. So what was the reason for all this whole stuff? And with what they are saying is like he wasn't really aware of what he has gotten himself into, which is very, very important why we come here and do this video to you, for you guys to always listen. Why it's important to listen to these videos that you see content creators create, because apart from making this video, you have to learn lessons from every video you watch, because this video are way to enlighten you guys, to tell you guys that some of the things you do, some of the actions you do might come back to hurt you, especially when it comes to developed countries. These people are very smart and intelligent, that most times when you do things, you might think, oh, you have gotten away with it, but you don't know that these things might come back to hurt you. So you will have to be very, very careful. Look at how everything this guy has worked for, probably his parents, everybody has worked for, has gone down the drain. And I don't even know why he has to do this, because look, if you are able to go to school to that point where you even became the member of the NMC, you have just had a little patience for whatever reason that the Home Office took his passport. You would have just had a very little patience, and he would have been able to actually get this job legally and rightfully, because the UK right now is employing nurses, and every day all these developed countries keep employing medical professionals. So even if the UK, you didn't get your job in the UK, you would have been able to get somewhere else. So you would have just had a little patience, and you'd have just gotten this job legally and rightfully, and you wouldn't have found yourself in this kind of situation. You see, just think about it. Like, you wouldn't have found yourself in this situation if you had just had a little patience, and just we don't know why he got himself in this kind of things, but just be careful. Like, if you have intention of relocating abroad, just be careful as much as you can. Try to do things straightforward. Try to do this from your visa application. Every information you give to them, make sure you give them the right information. Don't give them like fake information or any lie or anything, because these things might come back to hurt you years down the line when you were not even expecting. When you come here, as much as you can, the information that you have, try to give them the genuine one. Don't try to lie. Don't try to just play a fast one and say, oh, let me do it like this, it will come out well for me, because you never can tell when something will happen and they will go and probe this thing and to come back to hurt you, and you find out that everything you've worked for in your life, every single thing you've worked for will just go down the drain, just because you weren't careful. Like, sometimes when people get themselves in this kind of things, sometimes they are not even fully aware of the gravity of what they are doing until it lands them into problem. And as Nigerians, I think we should start being careful and start being straightforward, and try to do things different, because we've gotten a lot of bad reputation in the eyes of the world, in the eyes of these other countries, which I think we should start being intentional about correcting our image and trying to portray a good light. Like, whatever you are rushing after, whatever money you are chasing, it will not be worth it at the end of the day. You make this money and you're not comfortable to enjoy this money, it won't be worth it. Now he has worked 2 years, he has gotten £60,000. Now he's at the point where he has to pay the £60,000, and who keeps the £60,000 like somewhere waiting for when the person will get into problem and the person will pay back. See what has happened to him. Like, it's not worth this whole thing. Let's try to correct our image. Like, even if you're at that point where you've already made mistake, or you can actually retrace your step. Start now to retrace your step. Let's stop finding ourselves in this kind of situation. Like sometimes, because of the way we've carried ourselves in the world, like, I think it's hurting us right now, because a lot of things are not coming for us with ease anymore because of our reputation. If this guy go to prison for any reason now, look, everything he has worked for, the whole money he has spent, the whole rushing he was rushing, like, now they actually say he was born in 1991, which means he was like around 28, 29. He's still young. He has time in his hand. He has time in his hands to, explore, to do things. So he didn't even need to go get a fake document to be able to get this thing. He would have just follow due process and get this document, or have patience, better still, with the Home Office until when they give you your document. So I want to use this opportunity to encourage Nigerians, please, Nigerians of today, young people of today, like our predecessors or previous Nigerians have destroyed our career, our future, our reputation in the eyes of the world. Please, we that are young generations now, let us try our best to correct things. Let us try our best to portray Nigerian that is worth doing business with, Nigerians that is what is trustworthy, Nigerians that are reliable. Let's try to portray that in any way we find ourselves. Like, we're hardworking people. We can achieve anything we want to achieve if we put our mind to it. Achieve it rightly and legally. Like, if you're at that point right now where you're thinking you want to make a wrong decision, because of the situation you are in, you just pinch yourself right now and say, no, I won't do it. Just have patience. Like, everything you desire in life will come to you if you have just a little patience to keep pushing. Just a little patience, because you might be at the verge of your breakthrough, and just that one mistake will just destroy everything for you. Look at how this guy has destroyed his whole career just because of one mistake. He went to school correctly, he registered with the NMC correctly, but just because of one passport, it's considered fraud. And look at the whole mess he has caused for himself. Please, Nigerians, if you're going to any other country with a Nigerian passport, they are looking at you somehow like you're about to steal everybody in the airport. Even here, you walk into an office, and once you're in Nigeria or somebody hear your accent, it's like they're adjusting their seat and sitting properly just to watch. Living in these countries and being black is bad enough, but when you are in Nigeria, you get double of those bad treatments. Please, let's retrieve our step and make sure that we are portraying a good Nigeria. Like, you can be part of the change, I can be part of the change. Let's stop. It's really bad when this news comes out and it's Nigerians, and the worst thing about it is, once it's Nigerians, I think it's projected higher than it will be projected if it was somebody from another African country. So I just want to use this opportunity to let you know, please don't give them that wrong information that you're trying to give them when you're applying for your visa. Don't forge documents. In fact, these days we're hearing that people are forging like documents or doctoring their transcript just to be able to get admission. Don't do that. It's not worth it. Whether you like it or not, they will find out somehow. Okay, they will find out somehow they will find out. You think before they give you their final document, they might not ask you for a transcript when you're getting the admission, but before they give you the final document, they will make sure that they make sure that you meet all the requirements that was given to you before the admission was given. So please be careful. It's not worth the wahala at all. It's not worth it. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video. Please be a part of the change, be a part of the pace setters that are going to set Nigeria in a good light again. Don't be a part of the problem. Okay, don't be a part of the problem. Please, if you've not subscribed at this point, I'll urge you to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, share with me in the comment section and put your contribution, advice. Share this video to your friends and family. Until I see you in another video, bye bye.